Edith's were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
That cookie cake is still in pretty decent condition. I'd eat that.
No, I wouldn't.
Dreadful stories. Guest starring.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks,
well, now we
babe.
know.
I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Oh, I'm playing this.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Rick?
Oh, I'm playing.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Yeah! Screw them games! You wanna play some billiards? Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Where's the sword? Wait, is this the Halloween theme
Finch
song?
rattled and grew still.
Wait, that's the Halloween theme song. Do they have the rights to that?
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Hey, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Walter, put your dick away, Walter. Wait. Can I? Oh, I can't. Fuck, I hate boots. Get out of here. Walter. Where are you, Walter?
Walter, are you there?
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Nice. Get got, bitch.
And funny he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
That's not creepy.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Are you some goddamn trick-or-treating?
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life.
Literally.
I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Ew.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
That's fun. That was good. That was good.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Alright, let's go to that basement.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Is my character pregnant? My character... Yeah, I gotta be, right? There we go. Alright, flick the lights. Alright. I guess they're already on. There's the table saw.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. been a week now, the longest in 30 years.
Oh?
I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Oh.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin.
That's a conveniently placed sledgehammer.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
This game is awesome.
Whatever's out there.
Train. Oh,
I
that
want
was
you to
what's
know.
shaking me.
I'm ready for it.
That was what was shaking the basement.
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially
Why
the
did
food.
it just randomly stop?
I don't mind if I only have a year
The
left,
tracks might have been abandoned.
or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Shit. Man, oh shit.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made, trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else.
This game's insane.
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness
Oh, the fucking
and madness, any of it seems possible.
What was in that not supposed to go that way. Where do I go? Oh.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Dopey and Dopey Jr. Christopher! The fish! No, man. Go.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Is there a way for me to continue down here? Just death.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh, I am pregnant. Okay, I knew it. Let's go. Pomegranate. Oh, there's a ladder. My dumbass.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Dawn,
Oh.
I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm?
Perfect.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything? It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Oh.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don.
Oh. I didn't even see it.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad!
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don.
Oh, shit.
Great shot, Don!
I didn't even mean to do that.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
What? Oh. I'm gonna go.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh, that's sad.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Oh, he was a Marine. I thought it said he went to the army.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Where do I go? Oh. Alright, got a few MOEs here.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Divorce contract.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
I got Froggy. The duck following the Froggy. Hey, don't you stop. Oh, there he goes. I'm the frog. Let's go. Yes, sir.
That time's over, Gregory. It's time to...
No, fuck you, Mom.
Hold on, sweetie.
Fuck you, Mom.
Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Yeah.
What his world was like.
so much of Calvin.
Oh. Yeah!
Lost in his imagination. I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel her slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could.
Yeah.
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Whee! Boing, boing, boing.
I wish he could have told us.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
About the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand.
Oh shit, the fucking...
About Gregory. About everything.
Oh my god. Oh, that's sad. I was having so much fun, too.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
Shit. God, that's so sad.
I'm sure he's happy. He'd want you to be happy
No.
too. Good luck, Kay.
No.
Love, Sam.
Oh, that's fucked. Oh, man. Oh, shit, bro. So it's Gus? Poem for Gus.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids,
Kite.
at least not very hard. Before the day my brother said with teenage
Oh,
disregard,
wait. Yeah.
he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Oh, this is
My
awesome.
father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Oh, what's that?
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus
Nuh-uh.
declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Fuck you. Oh.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oh shit! Oh, I got crushed by the tent. Oh, no. I'm good, I guess.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't.
Yeah. Alright, so I did get killed by
until we found you.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet... She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Oh, I didn't
mom
even know
moved
that
up to
this
the
was
loft
like
after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Oh, 8/18/1986.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal, but it didn't last.
Scientific method, observation, question, research, hypothesis, experiment, data, and conclusion. I thought she was an English teacher, not a science teacher. In fact, science teacher. Oh, I guess she was just teacher for us, okay.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Oh, duh.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Watching a flip book instead of a flip book.
was 4 when Milton disappeared.
No, so just...
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Nice, Reed. He's a stoner. No, I don't want to look in the fucking people.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Weed.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Oh. Got a fish. Oh.
He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor, and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
God, I can't see anything. I can't see that. That has taken up a lot
He'd
of
conquer a
space.
city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
How creative.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
Shouldn't it be a beautiful queen and a handsome prince?
The queen was on her own quest for
Radiant rainbows. Because
radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her
electric sitar.
electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh, guys. Can't even see the drop.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Hold on, guys, hold on.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
I thought that was tuna.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
I'm still a king. Look at me. I'm still in my garments, my royal garments.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Well, he's not even doing anything.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
That seems pretty good.
The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him. Thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
So, he got his head chopped off at the cannery? Fucking hell.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
So I just need Dawn and Edie. And then I'm done. That's only 2 more people. I've been through the rest.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Me too, dog. Where do I go now? Wait, do I go out the front door? Where the hell do I go? Oh. Oh, fuck. Supposed to. Oh, I see it going. Oh my god, I'm a fucking dunce. I'm an idiot. Holy shit.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Oh, yeah.
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
Oh, this is my room.
Maybe I should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Oh wait, no. The only person left is Edie. We already know about Dawn, basically, don't we?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning.
Damn.
Okay? Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Where the hell do I go? Where the fuck do I go? Oh, I see it. Okay. Oh, those are rooms. No, they just look like rooms. Okay.
There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
Yes, I did.
I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Shit.
After that, we moved around a lot.
Oh yeah, let's go.
We both tried to make the
Controlling
best
my
of it.
hand.
A few years went by.
Oh damn, bro.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Oh man.
She got better for a while. And then she didn't.
Oh man. Oh, that's so sad.
And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
Oh, am I the baby now? Am I in the room?
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
The vaginal opening.
This journal was supposed to be for you.
Mother, I'm coming.
But now I hope you'll never see it.
This seems like
I
it's
just
going
want to meet
really
you.
effortlessly. I mean,
And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
alright, so
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
So, oh, I'm the kid. So did Edith die like in childbirth or something? That's insane. Awesome. Jesus, that game was amazing. Beat that entire game in like 2 hours. That was great. For Shirley Dallas. Alright, well, I guess that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was What Remains of Edith Finch. I got an achievement just now. It says everything ends, and that is finish all the stories. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you next time whenever I have another cool game.